Right, morning. Everything at once. Okay, I'm finishing the windscreen, right? This wall paint is really good. It dries very quickly, but it gets marked afterwards because it's matte. It's not like like satin or gloss. So we need to get some matte clear coat and spray it so it doesn't, so we can clean it. Because so far I'm looking around and I will have to respray everything almost. Anyhow, put the window in, put the mechanism for wipers in. I now need to put these in. Or this is just one seal that goes around the bottom, right? So I have to tuck it in with a piece of plastic or something. Anyhow, at the same time, we're starting the engine. We started it yesterday, yeah. So that's why all this is a mess. Roy's connected this oil gauge. It has good oil pressure, which is good because we didn't want to put the body on without starting the car, just in case we needed to remove the whole engine again and redo it. So I put the battery plate on, which was a nightmare. It took me half an hour to put that on, 4 bolts, because it didn't quite match the centers, the holes. Anyhow, this is like a temporary connection, right? It goes onto Earth. The other one, yeah, goes from the positive to the foot switch, which starts the Jeep usually, onto the starter motor, yeah, and then we've got the dizzy, yeah, with the negative onto the negative of the coil, and the positive of the coil going around and hitting the battery, yeah, at the same time as that one. That should be enough. It starts. If your sequence is okay, right? 1, 3, 4, 2, right? Starting on 1, which is the closest to the rad. Not in Jaguars though. In Jaguars, it's the closest to the bulkhead, number 1. So something to keep in mind when you're starting that car. Anyhow, so yeah, petrol comes up well, which is good. It means that the fuel pump is on the cam. Yeah, sometimes you put the fuel pump in, and it doesn't lie. It gets under the cam. This fuel pump is, all fuel pumps in a way, inside have like a lever like that, and they go onto the cam. The camshaft there is turning and it's going like that, and it's basically doing this. Yeah, I'm pumping fuel into the reservoir here. Now, this cam is pretty close to the side and it's very easy to lay on. So sometimes you put it in, you think it's on, but it's not. So everything's working fine. The only thing is we're running it without water. We ran it without water for a couple of minutes. And without the alternator, because the alternator is not connected, and the idea is if you run it dry, you might burn it. So now I'm going to do a temporary connection of the alternator and see if we can run it for a bit more time with coolant and see how it does. On the other hand, yeah, been rubbing this down and spraying a bit more. Here what we had, as you can see, yeah, was this piece of steel is very strong, and basically it was completely out. So I hammered it in, and because the steel is under tension, right? Because it builds tension with movement and all that. It's built into the steel, so it just pops in, pops out, pops in, pops out. You can't just leave it straight. So basically, what you do is you cut across into it, and it releases all the tension, and then you put it straight and spot weld it. Yeah, and which is what I did here. You see, and then you have it flat for filling. You fill the the top so it becomes flat like that. I'm basically going round the car, the body basically of the Jeep, and doing bits and pieces as we go. Last thing will be to put it on, so that's there. These have been filled and spray filled, and yeah, I put these on yesterday. And yeah, and that's acting as a temporary tank. So that's it. Trying to make it as fast as I can, showing you all the stuff we're doing. It's a bit of a mess here. I'll tidy up and get on with connecting the alternator and see if we can start it. And I'll show you if it starts. Okay. Let's see you soon, mates.